Good morning, children. We'll begin with the next topic of nationalism in Europe, that is Age of Revolution 1830s to 1848. This topic is very, very important, and we are going to discuss that what happened during this time, that is what happened during this revolution, that is this span of 1830 to 1848, that is approximately 18 years, is called as Age of Revolutions because many revolutions took place in this span. Okay, let us read about it. See, as conservative regime means in the last topic we have studied conservatism in 1815. What happened when Napoleon got defeated in the Battle of Waterloo? All the conservatives people, what they did, they tried to restore their power. They wanted to bring monarchy back, they wanted to apply censorship, they wanted to take away freedom of press and liberty. So as conservative regimes, they tried to consolidate their power. Consolidate means to bring back their power or to achieve their power. Okay, when they wanted to achieve their power, the conservative regime was trying hard. At the same time, liberalism and nationalism was also growing in the minds of revolutionaries. Do you understand that? That because Europe lost a leader like Napoleon, now conservatives were believing that ab hamara raj aane ka chance hai, we can easily control Europe. Okay, when they were trying to control Europe, at the same time when they were putting restrictions, these nationalist revolutionaries, जो भी revolutionaries थे, those who wanted to make Europe as a nation state, countries in Europe as a nation state, they got more feeling of liberalism, they got more feeling of nationalism. Understood? And that feeling of liberalism and nationalism got associated itself with revolution. और जितनी ज़्यादा feelings बढ़ती गई, people started revolting more and we saw many revolutions in this time, that is 1830 to 1848. Understood? So there were many revolutions seen in Italian and German states, mark kar lena, in the provinces of Ottoman Empire, in Ireland and in Poland. Okay, who conducted these revolutions? Let us see. Okay, these revolutions were led by liberal nationalists. Who were liberal nationalists? The liberal people, the working class people. So these revolutions were led by liberal nationalists who were belonging to educated middle class people. Educated middle class, elite yani educated a little bit higher middle class people. I already told you. Okay, now among whom were professors, school teachers, clerks, members of commercial middle class. So all these people, they gave birth to the revolutions. In which year? In the year 1830 to 1848. समझ में आ रहा है? Let us look on to the first revolution. The first revolution which took place in France, that is also in year July 1830, and that is why we call this revolution as July Revolution. Okay, this revolution is also called as July Revolution. The Bourbon king, who had been restored to power during conservative reaction after 1815, was now overthrown by revolutionaries. Now, अब तुम देखो, Napoleon जब आया, he removed the king. Okay, when Napoleon got defeated, conservatives bought Bourbon dynasty back. पढ़ा था हमने कल. Okay, now what happened when Bourbon dynasty was brought back? These liberals and nationalists, they were not at all agreeing with that. And the first revolution they brought in the year 1830. That is also in France, where they removed the Bourbon dynasty king and they installed what they installed. They installed again constitutional monarchy with Louis Philippe as its head. Now this time it was not Louis XVI, it was Louis Philippe, and they established constitutional monarchy. Understood? Now what did Metternich said? Metternich yaad hai? Duke Metternich is the vice chancellor of Prussia. Okay, Austria. Vice Chancellor of Austria. He clearly said for Giuseppe Mazzini के लिए क्या कहा था? He is the enemy of social order. Okay, and the same Duke Metternich, what he is saying, when France sneezes, Metternich once remarked, the rest of the Europe catches cold. That means here sneezing का मतलब है whenever France is developing a feeling of nationalism, तो वहां से वो नेशनलिज्म की फीलिंग पूरे यूरोप में फैल जाती है. ओके, कोल्ड ऐसा ही तो होता है, when one sneezes it gets transferred to other. The same way, because in July Revolution, France and its revolutionaries developed a feeling of nationalism. The Metternich said, if France is going to sneeze, the complete Europe will develop a feeling of nationalism. Do you get that? MCQ mein aayega. Who said these lines? Okay, the July Revolution sparked an uprising in Brussels. Now, apart from France, July Revolution also affected in Brussels, which led to Belgium. Belgium was being broken away into two parts, that is United Kingdom of Netherlands. Understood? Belgium was broken away and it became United Kingdom of Netherlands. Any doubt? This was July Revolution. Now let us talk about Greece. There is another revolution going on. An event that mobilized nationalist feeling among the educated elite across Europe was Greek War of Independence. Now, जैसे ही France faced July Revolution, okay, what happened in Europe? Europe saw its first nationalist feeling as Greek War of Independence. Okay, any doubt? This was the first revolution that was seen in the year 1830 to 1848 in Europe. Okay, Greece had been a part of Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire याद है? Nationalism in India में भी पढ़ा था. Khalifa की power. Right? Okay, वही Ottoman Empire. Greece had been a part of Ottoman Empire since the 15th century. The growth of revolutionary nationalism in Europe sparked off a struggle of independence among Greeks. Now what happened? As and when France was developing the feeling of nationalism, Europe also started developing the feeling of nationalism. And when Europe started developing, सबसे पहले they conducted Greek War of Independence, which began in the year 1821. Okay, what happened? Let us see. Nationalists in Greece got support from other people who were living in exile. That means when Greece started with its revolution, the other Greek people who are living in different parts of the country, they were being supported, and also West Europeans supported the Greek people, and ancient Greek culture also gained lot of sympathies. Understood? People started supporting कि हाँ हमें Greek को support करना चाहिए. Understood? Poets and artists, that means both the poets and the artists, they lauded means they praised Greek as the cradle of European civilization. That means it only gave, this Greece is very important because it gave birth to European civilization. Hence poets and artists says कि Greece का war of independence बहुत जरूरी है. We should support it because it is going to give us birth to a European civilization. Hence public opinion was being there. People started supporting the struggle against Muslim empire. And let us see, the English poet, very important, mark karna, Lord Byron, organized funds and later went to fight in the war also. In fact, poets also went to fight in the war. In which war? I am talking about Greek War of Independence. Okay, where he died of fever in 1824. Finally, underline kar lena, Treaty of Constantinople of 1832 was signed, which made Greece as an independent nation. Okay, so in 1830 to 1848, once France removed monarchy and established constitutional monarchy, Brussels got separated. Okay, and Greece got its independence by which treaty? Treaty of Constantinople. This is very, very important. Okay, MCQ will come from this part. Metternich वाले केस में MCQ आएगा. Treaty of Constantinople किसका Greek war, किसका independence mark करता है, ये आएगा. Then what was being established after overthrowing the monarchy in France in 1815, ये भी आएगा. In 1830. Okay, it is important, mark कर लेना. Okay, let us move on to the next topic, that is the romantic imagination and the national feeling. Okay, we actually saw that the period of 1830 to 1848 was seen as the era of revolution, where we saw French Revolution happening, where we saw Belgium was being divided into the United Kingdom of Netherlands. Then we saw Greece developing feeling of nationalism, and finally Treaty of Constantinople was being signed as declaring Greek as an independent nation. Now let us imagine the importance of romantic imagination and nationalist feeling. Okay, now here the word romantic imagination means where you have to develop love towards your nation. And when you're developing love towards your nation, you have to attach it with the feeling of nationalism. So, what revolutionaries said is that rather than picking up educated middle class, we should also contact the poor class who are illiterate. How we can contact them? By moving into the culture, by developing and helping them in developing a feeling for nationalism. Let us read it, okay? See, the development of nationalism did not come out only through wars or territorial expansion. Any war or territorial expansion say the people never got feeling of nationalism. Culture played an important role in creating the idea of nation, art and poetry, stories, musics, and helped and expressed nationalist feeling. The same we saw in nationalism in India. If you remember, the sense of collective belonging was being done by poems, by poetries, by singing natural hymns, by painting the image of Bharat Mata. So all these things also developed the nationalist feeling. Let us look at romanticism. What is romanticism? Mark karenge, a cultural movement which sought to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiment. It is a movement which sought to develop. Sought means which was very clearly designed to develop a national sentiment. Okay, romantic artists and poets generally criticize the glorification of reason. Yani romantic artists and poets, they said that why we have to give reason to the people to develop a nationalist feeling. Let us not give them a reason, but let us develop them as a common cultural past, and we should give them a feeling of emotions, institutions, so that they can get easily attached. Okay, one such example of romanticism was given by John Gottfried. Who is John Gottfried? John Gottfried was a German philosopher, and he claimed, what did he said? He said that true German culture was to be discovered among common people. He said it is very important to develop the common culture among the common people. If we will not develop the German culture among the common people, then they will not believe in sense of collective belonging. And this developing the culture among the common people is called as Das Walk. Do you get that? It is called as Das Walk. It was through folk songs, folk poetries and folk dances that the true spirit of nation was popularized. He said that it was through the folk dance, folk songs and folk dances that the true spirit of the nation was being brought and it became popular. Okay, so what happened? So collecting and recording these forms of folk culture was essential to the project of nation building. Yani they said that collecting and recording these culture, John Gottfried said that if you want to bring nation as one unit, then you have to build a feeling of national building. Okay, you have to bring them a common identity, you have to get them under a common culture, and for getting them under a common culture, आपको अपना फोक कल्चर डेवलप करना पड़ेगा. Okay, he said that emphasis on vernacular language, vernacular means it is called as local language, should be done, and the collection of local folklores yani stories, local stories, purani kahaniyan hoti hai na wo wali local folklores were to be discovered as a national spirit. Yani people should be told to speak in local languages rather than speaking any other languages, and then local stories should also be told to them, what was very popular during olden times. Okay, but also to carry modern nationalist message, large audience who are mostly illiterate. This was especially in case of Poland. यानी John Gottfried said कि ऐसा नहीं है कि आप local languages को approach करना चाहिए, but why we need to approach local language only is because the maximum population is illiterate. उनको नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि nationalism की feeling क्या होती है. Understood? Because most of the population is illiterate, they are unable to understand nationalist feeling. Hence we should convey the message through local languages, and we should also convey these messages through local songs, local stories, so that the illiterate population can easily understand. Iska, he gave an example of Poland. Poland, which was partitioned at the end of 18th century by the great powers, that is by the Balkan countries, that is Russia, Prussia and Austria, even though Poland no longer existed as an independent territory. Now because Poland was being divided and it was not having an independent territory, National feelings were kept alive through music and language. How did people kept their national feelings alive? They kept it alive through music and language. Okay, Karol Kurpunski, for example, celebrated national struggle through his operas and music. Now this Karol Kurpunski was basically a man, a Poland musician who wanted to develop feeling of nationalism. Yani what he did, although Poland ko separate kar diya in countries ne, but they wanted to make Poland united, and that is why he developed his own operas, his own music, and he turned folk dances like Polonaise and mazurka into nationalist symbols. He promoted lot of dances and songs which converted the culture of Poland and brought feeling of nationalism in the people of Poland, although they were divided. Understood? Now, let us take another example. यहाँ पे तो music played an important role in developing the feeling of nationalism. Your language played an important role in developing the feeling of nationalism. How did it happen? After Russian occupation, the Polish language was forced out of school and the Russian language was imposed everywhere. Now, because Poland was captured by Russian people, Austrian people and Prussia, the Polish language, that is the national language of Poland, was being removed and people were forced to speak Russian languages. In 1831, an armed rebellion against Russian rule took place, which was ultimately crushed. Now what happened in 1831? Revolutionaries came forward and they said that we will not speak language of Russia, we will speak language of Poland. Understood? Followed this, many members of the clergy in Poland began to use language as a weapon of national resistance. Now, because Poland people got to know that Russian people are not liking the use of Polish language, they started using it again and again to maintain and to tell that yes, we are a part of single nation. अगर तुमको याद हो, भगत सिंह भी कहते थे ना, भगत सिंह, और ये लोग क्या कहते थे, ये लोग नारे लगाते थे इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, है ना, और जानबूझ के ब्रिटिशर्स के सामने जरूर लगाते थे. Why? To develop and to show them the feeling of nationalism. The same was done in Poland. Although Poland was being told that they will not use Polish language and they will use Russian language, but the clergies, that means the fathers at the church, they started using this language. Which language? Polish language, very openly, and they showed national resistance. National resistance means they clearly expressed it to Russia that we are not going to listen to you. Okay, Polish was used for church gatherings. Polish language was used in church gatherings for all religious instructions. As a result, large number of priests and bishops were put in jail and sent to Siberia. Now Russia, when it noticed कि अरे ये लोग तो मान ही नहीं रहे हैं, they are using Polish language again and again, then all the priests and the bishops, those who were using this language, they were sent into jail and they were sent to Siberia. Okay, Russian authorities, as punishment for their refusal to preach in Russian, they were sent by Russian authorities because they refused to speak Russian. Okay, the use of Polish language came to be seen as a symbol of struggle against Russian dominance, and this is a very big example that yes, music and language can also develop a feeling of romanticism and can also develop love for your nation. And the example was Poland. और पोलैंड में म्यूजिक में नाम याद रखना है, कैरोल कुर्पुन्स्की का नाम याद रखना है, एंड लैंग्वेज के अंदर यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दैट दे वर बीन फोर्स्ड टू स्पीक रशियन लैंग्वेजेस. अंडरस्टूड? 2 नेशनल डांसेस के नाम याद रखने हैं, दैट इज पोलोनाइज एंड मजूरका. ओके, that's it for today. This much topic we have covered. We will cover this topic in the next video. Okay.